People who have made 180s in life, what happened and what did you do to change? I was big into drinking and drugs when I was a teenager. I ended up stealing a lot to feed my habits and went to prison for a couple years. Having some sober time definitely helped me get my head straight. In the end though, it wasn't sobriety that helped me change my life. It was just the idea that I had to accept responsibility for my actions. It didn't matter that my childhood sucked, that I had no money or skills, that I came from a family of addicts, or that I was a felon. The only thing that mattered was my actions and reactions. I'm not perfect, but I stayed out of trouble for the past 15 years. My attitude has made me a great employee, so I've advanced even without an education. My family trusts me for everything because they know I'll do whatever I have to do to take care of them. And being seen as honest and dependable makes me feel like a better person, so I don't feel the need to be high and drunk all of the time. I spent 5 years working in a homeless shelter trying to sort of give back a little. I noticed that the guys routinely struggled with life, all blamed everyone else. I think it's the biggest reason people never grow. You can't change yourself if you think everyone else is a problem. Quit drinking, started daily meditation, 45-minute exercise, therapy/AA, consistent sleep schedule, eating healthy, and having daily to-do lists. Went from a depressed alcoholic hermit to a functioning member of society that is only mildly depressed. People comment on how I seem different and have asked for advice. It takes a lot of work and, more importantly, consistency. Also, change doesn't happen overnight. People want a quick fix. It's very rewarding to make progress and reach goals. Started running 6 months ago and placed in the top 8% in 5k with over 3,000 people. Doing all this has made it objectively clear that I'm not a total piece of shit. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I was depressed and on job seekers allowance because I was struggling to find a job after failing college, UK college, twice, and the entire time I had been volunteering at an animal shelter when I realized I like animals, so why don't I go into that field of work? So I went to college to study animals. The college in my city has a 3-strike system, so if I failed I couldn't do college again, but I passed the course with high marks and got into uni in a different city and graduated last year. Found the love of my life and we moved in together. I still have depressive episodes every now and then, but I'm doing a lot better now. Does chronic pain count? I was super sick for a few years without really knowing why. I had pelvic inflammation so bad I had trouble walking. Endometriosis runs in my family and my symptoms match this disease well. Most of my issues had to do with my period. Sometimes I'd bleed for a while. The longest I bled was 6 months in a row. My OBGYN has treated an aunt and cousin for this disease and we went with that treatment for about 3 years. I was getting worse and worse, and I started to have scarier things happening. I felt like something was stuck in my hip, and it felt like a constant wound. It felt so stuck I had trouble breathing and standing straight. My posture was miserable. Then one day, after I went to the gym, I felt a ripping sensation in that area, and then my inside felt strange. The day after, my bowels bled profusely, and it was dismissed as a minor digestive issue. I set an appointment with my OBGYN and told her I needed the laparoscopy to at least make sure I was treated for the right thing. Good thing I did, because I totally wasn't. What was really going on was damaged bowels that lead to my bowels sticking to themselves, and that mess got stuck on my abdominal wall. I had a scar taken out that was most likely the culprit for this. Imagine dropping a spoonful of molasses in your bowels. The molasses spreads, gets everything sticky in the area it was dropped. Then, your bowels move. They move most of the time during digestion BTW, and the molasses spreads further away with every movement. Then those newly affected areas get sticky too, and when those areas move too, it moves the molasses further. This is basically what was going on. During laparoscopy, they removed that film adhesion too, and cleaned me up nicely. I walked straighter coming out of the hospital just a few hours after being completely under compared to how I was walking coming in. I found out it was most likely due to celiacs, so I went gluten-free and all the tiniest symptoms stopped. After that, my periods are normal. I don't hurt all the time. I can go to the gym. I don't have to leave work early all the time anymore. My work performance has improved, and so has my anxiety and depression. I suffered for 5 goddamn years and all it took was a small procedure of an hour and a half and a change of diet.